What's up, everybody? Well, today I'm here to bring to you this new vacuum that is part of my family's river house, and it is the replacement of the Hoover Wind Tunnel 3. Link to the video of that vacuum in the description box. This is the replacement. Here I present the new style Bissell Cleanview. Now, of course, if you're a vacuum collector like me, you probably look, when you first think of a Bissell Cleanview, this is not what comes to mind. What I'm thinking of is the older style Bissell Cleanviews, back when the company used to be manufactured by Samsung. And they were built a little bit better than these. Bissell has become that one value brand that just sells you something that's good for the money, but eventually if something stops working, it could just be a throwaway cleaner and you just go out to buy some other disposable thing. But is this a good vacuum? And is it a good one for you? Let's go ahead and take a look at it. This is pretty feature rich for something I should add. I really do like the turbo tool for these. I've always been a big fan of the Bissell turbo brush tools. They always seem to make pretty good quality turbo tools, especially the older style. And the brushes on this are, as usual, very soft, and they're good for picking up pet hair on upholstery and carpeted stairs. And right on the back here, you do have your flexible hose. Not really the best of quality, but better than some I've seen. Along the back here, you do have your extension wand and your oddly mounted crevice tool right on the top here. The wand is really not the longest, which is one of my gripes of the thing. But it's not terrible. Right here is your dusting brush. The bristles, to my liking, are a little bit stiffer than I would like to be. This, I don't think, should really be considered a dusting brush. It's just too aggressive for cleaning delicate blinds, which is the unfortunate thing you get with value brand vacuums. Dirt Devil is also another one that makes dusting brushes, bristles, bit too stiff. So let's take a look at the Cyclone assembly. This is a dual cyclonic system, meaning you have one cyclone up here. You have the little vents right here that help generate suction in the thing. Then you have one large cyclone down below with these odd fins inside the bottom door that gets opened by this little piece right here. That'll open up. This piece can be removed and cleaned out between use. You do have a little filter tab that opens up and that exposes your inner cyclone right here. You do have a little pre-motor filter that mounts on the top. Pretty interesting in the design of this. I honestly expected the pre-motor filter to be mounted down here and the Cyclone system would just run down into it. But no, the pre-motor filter is actually mounted on the top of the bin assembly. So that took some getting used to on my part, and looks like I may need to do a little bit of washing out of the filter. These are washable and reusable. Coming along down here, you do have your 5-position carpet height adjustment. For this pile of area rug, I just leave it on the lowest setting it could go. And down here, you do have what Bissell calls the one-pass technology. I'm not really too sure what kind of metric that is, but my only correlation to that is the brush roll that it's running, which is a interesting brush roll design, I should add. It very so reminds me of the early model Hoover wind tunnels, but with a very different bristle design. And what's interesting is the white bristles that it comes with are a lot thin and very soft. But then you also do have a set of red bristles, some long, some short, and some sparse, that are a lot stiffer than the white bristles, which the white bristles are the longest ones. This seems to be an oddball brush roll design, but it's probably not going to do the very best with like deep cleaning and stuff, but surface cleaning, I imagine this thing will do very good at. I just really love the design. It kind of reminds me of brush rolls of older Hoovers. And I personally would have preferred it if this thing was a chevron style, so where these two would be curved this way, so everything would funnel into the center suction path. And as we move along up here, you do have your post-motor filter right here. It is a HEPA filter, so I will give them credit for that. And looks like it was barely even used, this filter. And that snaps in on the back like so. And coming to the back, you do have your handle release, your foot-operated power switch. Very typical thing on cheap Bissells. They use these foot-operated power switches. And here is the model number to the cleaner, if any of you are interested in that. Oh, just fell out. That's okay, that's gonna be cleaned up anyway. But anyway, the model number of this cleaner is model 2492. 120 volts, 60 hertz. This has an 8 amp motor, so not the biggest of motors. It's for Bissell International Trading Company. Made in China, unfortunately. So it's pretty much just only stuff I could think of for this model number. There's nothing really too special about this. It's a little bit more feature rich than a typical Bissell, but enough of that. Let's go ahead and give this thing a run like some of you probably want to see. So we'll go ahead and release the power cord right up here. The cord seems to be fairly long. It's got to at least be in the 26-foot range, so there's some usability out of this. So we'll again plug this guy in. And then we will go ahead and mount the cord up here so it doesn't fall down. We'll go ahead and turn this thing on and give you a little demo of it running. And so as typical cheap Bissell fashion, power switch is down at your foot. pretty strong suction, I will admit. Admittedly, this quote-unquote dusting brush with stiff bristles does work pretty good as an upholstery tool. That could be what Bissell's initial design for this was. It's just the bristles are a little bit too stiff for dusting things very delicate. So I was going to pull out the extension wand and crevice tool. And then connect to the other side. Yeah, the unfortunate thing with crevice tools is they restrict suction so much that those vacuums with flexible hoses, they will definitely contract on you. And last but certainly not least, let's go ahead and test out the Pet Hair Turbo Tool. Suction generated, so maybe a good design, but some surfaces just don't really agree with it. Alright. Good vacuum for the money, but there are just, in my opinion, some areas that they could have done a little better. For example, the quality. You could just twist this and just look how that handle flexes. The reason why the plastic is so cheap and thin is so the machine can be very lightweight, which it is. But even though this may not have the most effective of brush rolls, it still managed to pick up quite a bit. So I am impressed on that. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this, my little review on the Bissell Cleanview. Be sure and stay tuned, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.